Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. As the weather cools, it's not the end of boating season for everyone. If you're a fan of the outdoors and want to do some cool weather fishing, or if you want to use your boat when you're out there hunting, some guys do that, check out the G3 John boats. They are the toughest boats on the water. And where you find them? Madisonville Marine, Highway 411 North in Madisonville. Joe Special and his team do a great job, have since 1976. That's a key thing about this show. One, you can know that all these clients we tell you about, they've been around forever and they're locally owned. That's just so many of them fit that description. Madisonville Marine, great business. Trust them. There's no better place to buy a boat. Okay. When a team has a bad year, fans and some media always project things will magically be fixed the next year. Well, it's a whole new year. It's a whole new team. When you have an 11-win team the year before, then it's, well, this is all just going to carry over. So my question, Sterling, Mr. Continuity.
Hey.
Which do you fall on? Is this just going to carry over because Tennessee won 11 games last year? Or is every year you got to find who the leaders are? Who are the veterans? Is there one position that makes a difference? Is it new team or is it carryover?
Well, every year you have to first of all identify your leader. That's every year. Every team is different. But what you hope you built with that 11-win season the year prior is a new culture. So if people winning is as addictive as anything on this planet. And if you create a culture that's got to get that win, I mean, if you don't go undefeated, you just run out of time in the games you don't come victorious over.
Because that was the thing I was going to point out to you if you fought me too much on that one. was just that when you were at UT, you had a 3-year run of 10 wins in 87, 5 wins in 88, 11-1 in 89. So you can have these dips, and it was basically the same roster, but an injury here, leadership isn't the same. You get something goes wrong, and this team doesn't react the way last year's team would have reacted to something going wrong. They don't handle adversity as well. That's why I'm not saying Tennessee's going to take a step back. The idea, and I'm hearing everybody, well, we were 11-2 last year, so this year will be. It's like I don't think that's automatic.
Well, it's not automatic.
No,
it's not automatic. But if you put the work in and you create that culture. I mean, the one year, like the year talking about we was 5-6, that we started out 0-5. You know, we should have beat Georgia the first game, but we didn't. We should have beat Duke the next game, but we didn't. And the woulda, shoulda, coulda, and our leadership is guys, or at some point or another, we got guys hurt. But when you look back on the year, you don't think about who got hurt or what happened. You just think about the record. And unfortunately, it happened the way it happened. But we came back in '89. We made a statement day one. If you don't want to win, leave. Quit our team. We're not going to lose. Wow. And once that happens, it carries over, John, and it carries over big time.
Daniel.
I think with the coaches we've had at Tennessee with Pruitt, they had the big bowl win, and then the season was tamed after that. Just go through Butch Jones, had that one period where he won 15 or something games out of 17 or 18.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. 11 or 12 on one point.
And so my natural feeling is to say, well, there's not much carryover except for, a coach like Nick Saban. And so this year for Heupel, you really get to see, okay, are you the Jekyll and Hyde, get hot one year with a great Hendon Hooker like Coach Jones was with Josh Dobbs, or can you replicate it? And so I don't know yet for this team, but typically I'm going to lean to this is a brand new team with new players, and take your expectations down because you don't know what's going to happen, just like sounds like in '88 when I wasn't alive.
Wow.
Hey, man, I'm ancient. I'm not old, I'm ancient, baby.
John, the carryover is the direction and the culture of your program, not a win or loss record. I mean, last year's 11 wins didn't have a carryover from losing to Purdue in the bowl game the year before in Nashville. So it's not the record, it's what's going on within there. Plus, in today's college football, so much changes. Look at the transfers on this team that look to be a big part of what they can do this year to offset, maybe that the loss to South Carolina last year and to try to build off of that.
It's also a break or two here or there. I mean, you go back last year, if the kicker for Pitt doesn't miss 2 field goals, you don't win that game.
And you don't get the tipped interception when Pitt is already up 10-0.
Right. I mean, these kinds of things happen. You have, and championship teams have a lot of them that happen for them. But it's just the idea that, all we have to do is throw our helmet back out there and do the same as last year.
No.
So you agree that it's every year's a new team?
Like 99% in a way, yes, because you don't start out with 11 wins, right? You start out with 0. But when you're trying to build a championship program, It says something to go from 7 wins to 11 to win a New Year's Six bowl game. And that gives you the momentum and the eagerness to get back to work, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
So that there is some carryover, but you're not going to get anything from that for this season coming up.
The carryover is the culture, the player development,
Exactly.
and everything they have going on there. The recognition of talent that carries over. What their record was and winning the last game or losing, that doesn't carry.
But I tell you what's some real player incentive, and what John P. just illustrated the last segment. The team we beat in the bowl game is ranked ahead of us.
They're 9.
By one
Clemson
spot.
9, Tennessee 10. All right, very good.
Teams, we're in the
He's
top
going to be
10 ahead of you.
Yeah, he's going to be preaching that over there. All right, but we've still got a couple of things to come up here. One, what's Tennessee's expectations? What should those be in the future in a 16-team league with no divisions? Do we have to adjust those? Also, we talked about all these schools leaving their conferences for more money. What if the Saudis came and gave the Big 12 billions and somebody offers Tennessee $30 million more to leave? Are we then going to be looking at Tennessee saying, yeah, they're like everybody else? Or are they so outstanding and upright that they wouldn't do that? We'll discuss that. But when we come back next, I want to ask these guys about all the realignment stuff, just the impact on players, the folks nobody ever thinks about. We'll ask them about that next. Come on back on the Sports Source.